Aging a wine. Have you ever wondered the effect and impact it will have on the quality with the aging? We have Charles Viselli, a wine expert and consultant, who's going to help us understand what aging really is and the effect it's going to have on our wines. Can you tell us a little bit about that, Charles?
I'd be glad to. Aging does have an impact on wines because not all wines will age gracefully. And that is one of the misnomers. White wines, not all of them age well. You have to get into some of the French wines, like the French Bordeaux's in particular, or a beautiful wine that is called a Sauterne, which is a dessert wine, the Chateau Yquem. That wine will age, and as it gets more caramel and more beautiful in color, it actually tastes even better. It is red wines, and red wines that come from a lot of the beautiful wineries, both in Italy, in France, and in California. Those wines that come from the leading wineries that have the tannins. You see, it's the tannins in red wines that help prepare the wine to age gracefully over a period of time. But I must say, the condition in which you keep the bottles is critical.
Now, what do they mean by aging the wine? You're talking about the tannins in the red, etc. What do we mean by aging the wine? What actually happens and the timelines for that?
For individuals who are interested in keeping wines for a longer period of time and want to see how a wine softens, how a wine improves in taste and in quality, they therefore will grab wine cases and put them away for future tasting purposes. I always encourage my clients to purchase at least 6 bottles. 2 for this year, 2 for 6 years from now, and maybe 2 for 6 years after that. And really begin to enjoy them and see how they have turned even better, and the flavor and the style of that wine has improved.
And the difference between reds and whites, we talked about a difference in the aging. Yes. Would you take a white wine for a 2-year or 6-year, or what's the better timing, or is there a difference in the white wines and the reds for aging?
With white wines, you have to be very specific. They have to come from a wonderful area, the Bordeaux area. The Semillon, the Viogniers, they will age well. Even some Champagne from the specific Champagne area of France will gracefully age. The Dom Perignon, Moët Chandon, the White Stars, all of those Veuve Clicquot can age well. But it's the red wines that in most situations, in most cellars, and most people that I work with, that can take on that process of 6, 8, 10, or 12 years of time.
And how does the label help us determine whether that wine is right, whether it's going to be good 6 years or later? Can you tell us a little bit about where we can find that information when we're actually looking and making that decision on the bottle? Or is it strictly the wine itself that we need to know about how it ages?
Wine label is a whole class in and of itself. You must know, if you're looking at Bordeaux, the first, second, and third growths, and where they're coming from, the right bank versus the left bank. If you're in an Italian wine, to know where they're at. If you're in California, Napa, Sonoma, so the specific areas are critical. And talk to your wine expert. Call us. Talk to someone that you trust that can help guide you to age your wine gracefully for your personal enjoyment. I guarantee it.
And you can find that at www.viselli.com.